those of you who are returning, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another beautiful ass, magical ass moment in time, y'all. Let's go in, y'all. Beautiful ass, magical ass, because these times truly are divine.
While you're complaining, somebody's taking their last breath. Live on. My memories, they never faded. You're still part of my breath. I remember a time when I first looked within myself. High priestess, I'll be united energies. My chance to make this right as I shine my light. Beautiful flower grow. Beautiful little girl with the light. While you're complaining, somebody's taking their last breath. Live on. My memories, they never faded. You're still part of my breath. I remember a time when I first looked within myself. High priestess, I'll be united energies. My chance to make this right as I shine my light. Beautiful flower grow. Beautiful little girl with the light. While you're complaining, somebody's taking their last breath. Live on. Each and every one of us, we have a talent, we have a gift, we have an ability that we've all been created for to bring forth into this plane of existence. What is your reason for being? What were you divinely created for? As I always tell everyone, we're all one big piece to the puzzle, but we need you to bring your piece to a greater puzzle so we can all paint this beautiful picture that the world has yet to see. Beautiful flower grow. Beautiful little girl with the light. While you're complaining, somebody's taking their last breath. Live on.
Peace, everyone. How are you? Welcome to another beautiful space, a place of knowing that God is amazing. If you are under the sound of my voice, you're very lucky right now, because you have chimed into a frequency, a movement that is truly on fire for God, a movement that knows that we are truly hearing from God. We don't have to guess or wonder or see which God it we don't have to worry about looking to the left, looking to the right, looking at someone else's affirmations of what someone else is telling us that God is telling us, because God is giving us confirmation after confirmation. Interesting, because God says there are many of you out there where your rust is going to be a witness against you, and you shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. You have heaped up treasures for yourselves in these last days. And if it was not you, it was probably your parents or your grandparents. But somebody you know is guilty of this, because it's written that it's guilty of this. Now we know that judgment begins in the house of God. It's deep, because I kept seeing these pastors lead these people up a hill, but they were leading them towards this church, and this church looked like a trap, y'all. And I was like, dang, Wayne, why I keep seeing this vision over and over again? And it was tripping me out, because the people were just following the pastor, everybody walking all happily, skipping along, and it was like right around Easter time. And I was tripping, because I was like, dang, wait, God, like, where they going? Why the pastor not telling them what you told me? And God was like, they're more worried about their pockets. It's like they were leading these people into a trap. It's deep, because it says, judge. I remember when I kept saying the decree, like a lot of the messengers were given the decree, but now the decree has moved to another stage. The stage that the decree has moved to is, okay, so judgment begins in the house of God, but I see fires. Like, the only place that I know of, let's say the house of God, even in America, is what, y'all? Is like the Bible Belt. There's a lot of churches all along the Bible Belt. And I remember bringing the message about the angels who were sent forth to mark these churches with black crosses, and the churches were going to begin to catch a blaze. Now this is deep too, because what it is that I was seeing is that a lot of these churches that are going to begin to catch a blaze is because they took the praise of God. Now these don't just necessarily have to be churches. These could be community leaders. These could be tarot card readers, so-called oracles, so-called prophets, anyone who has taken the praise of God. But what I was seeing was specifically like pastors, for example. I'm seeing this energy wave come in, and it's deep too, because it's not just the pastors, y'all. It's the bloodline of the ones who have hurt the children of Israel. God said, if you bless Israel, I will also bless you. If you curse Israel, I will also curse you. And it's interesting, because I ran across this video. There's this white lady, and she was blonde hair, blue eyed. And she said that if you grew up and went to public school in America, she said, you are racist. And if you're not racist, she was like, you're like, it's a miracle. Like, you are like a diamond in a hatch. And she went to a master university, and she did studies on how, white races were just taught that they were just superior than the black race, the brown race. And it became a psychology within their mind. And then they began to mistreat black people. As they begin to mistreat black people, then they begin to also treat them less, pay them less, look down upon them, hate on them, rob them of opportunity. And they were all in on it because it was a psychology. It was a psychosis. And what I'm seeing that's happening all over the land is that it's not just white people who did it, but there's a lot of people who saw. You know how I always tell y'all there's always somebody who bullies, and then if that person that's being bullied don't say nothing, then a whole bunch of other people will jump in and start bullying that person as well. Well, it's interesting because there's a whole flood of Chinese and Asian hate crimes all over America, all over the world. And what God was showing me is that they are reaping what they also sowed. They're reaping what role that they also played in how they also treated Israel. I also God showed me further how a lot of the children of Israel have been denied, like they've been denied farmland, they've been denied grants, they've been blocked from getting over a certain amount of acreage. They can have their paperwork perfect all day, y'all. It can be to the T. They can cross their I's, they can dot their fingers, they can have public accountants, they can have private attorneys, they can have the IRS on their team behind their back. But these people will block the children of Israel from even going in to retrieve their farmlands that they were kicked off of that belongs to their forefathers. And then a grand majority of them are so filled with hatred, just plain hatred. And then that's when my guys began to share with me where someone said that Megan, they were like, she ain't even royalty, she just came from Michigan. And my angels, they laughed because they were like, if they only knew, she has more money than the entire Windsor, the whole entire Windsor family. And that's the same exact thing when it comes to the elect. When it comes to the elect, Queen Elizabeth's jewelry looks like jewelry at the Dollar Tree, y'all. But here it is, we have gotten so far from who it is that we are that we've just given away our birthright because we walked away from our first love. And now God has given us a chance to return, but many have still refused to take that chance. So now we're going to begin to see judgment all over the South, all over the Bible Belt, y'all. Mark my word. I told y'all, remember I mapped y'all out before the tornadoes all the way up. I said I see them going something all the way into Virginia. That just finished. That just hit. There is 16 tornadoes in Alabama by itself yesterday alone. And then about 5 of them that went from, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, all the way up to Virginia. But it was just scoping out the land. It was sizing up the land because it'll be back. It's interesting because I talk to the winds. That's how I get my weather forecast. That's how I know what's coming. I talk to the trees. I can read the clouds. I can read the skies. I can decode the language of the birds. I can decode the language of the frogs, the animals. The snakes don't bite us. The bears don't touch us. They guide us. They lead us. We are one with the universe. So we walk in the language thereof, and we understand the language. It's a synchronicity. God's judgment has begun on the house. Begin in the house of God. So that's the Bible Belt. So with that being the Bible Belt, what I'm seeing is there is a whole lot of racist white people. Racist, just racist. Ooh, wee. Oh, wee. Racist. And the thing about it is, it ain't even a land. It's not even a property. They stole those deeds. And then they walked around with this sense of entitlement as if it's theirs. Now, for those of y'all who not in your feelings, if you follow me, then you will not only know what it is that your forefathers did, but what you took part in, and what y'all still taking part in. And that's why you trigger, because you know I'm telling you the truth. But there's a new day that's here. God is sweeping over the land. You're going to see all this. Sweeping over the land of all the people. I don't care, from the Asian community to the European community to the Indian community. You name it. If you treated God's people wrong, if you treated the children of Israel, that's his elect. If y'all have treated Israel wrong, y'all about to see all. God said that y'all have laid up treasures for yourself. You've laid up treasures for yourself for Judgment Day, but God said that you will not be able to benefit from them. You have hidden yourselves in houses, your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust to them shall be witness against you, and your flesh is going to eat you like fire. Because you've heaped treasures together in the last days. Treasures that you have stolen from the backs of the children, of the labor of the children of Israel. And then let's not forget our Hispanic sisters and brothers who would do labor that nobody would do. Nobody would go in them bathrooms and clean them bathrooms like them Hispanics now. Everybody know that. And nobody would clean none of the dirt, none of the gunk. And if it was too cold outside, we're not finna go outside, y'all. We show up late. They be on time. You ain't got no problem with them. They get their work done. All that. But they still got paid less. So it's deep, because judgment time is here. And as judgment time is here, here it is. God is saying, I so love the world. I so love the world that I gave my son. I gave my son to y'all just so you can live everlasting life. And then here it is. Y'all took my seed, my children of Israel, and you hurt, harmed, and injured them. And then what's the sad part about it is that a lot of y'all who are the same children of Israel, the same color, the same tribe, the same bloodline, became Judases in the camp and took silver and barters for the lives of your sisters and your brethrens. And it's going to be deep in this hour, because this is the hour where all that wealth y'all robbed people of, and y'all thought that y'all saved up for these last days. You thought that you had some doomsday prep. You thought that you had your farmlands, that you were blocking the children of Israel from being on their own property. Behold the hand of God. It is written, you will not benefit from none of that. You will not get to enjoy it. Your children won't get to enjoy it. You will not be safe in it. Your family won't be safe in it, because behold, nature will come against you. And there's nothing that you can do about it. All y'all had an opportunity to not treat the children of Israel like that. All y'all saw the bullying all the innocent people and mistreating them just because of the color of their skin. How would you like it if somebody just came and just took all y'all stuff that y'all claim that y'all work for? But y'all deem them as the thieves, the nasty ones, the bottom peasants, the liars, the whores. You fed them the less. You gave them the most nastiest water, the most nastiest food. You paid them less when it came to their jobs. You blocked them from jobs. You blocked them from positions. You blocked them from work. You stopped them from opportunities. You would blackball their name and put their name out there and say, hey, I don't like her. Don't do business with her. And all y'all would join each other and collaborate. Behold, those houses y'all thought that y'all saved up for yourself and your children, you're not going to enjoy them, because nature has your name on it. Nature has come against you. Nature will come against you. The hand of God is on this. God is taking away all that wealth that y'all stored up for yourself and y'all stole it from the children of Israel. God is going to wipe it away from you, all y'all. You're going to see it just utter destruction all around the lands. But starting in the Bible Belt, because the judgment has begun in the house of God. So you're going to see farmlands destroyed, tornadoes, floods, earthquakes. It's going to be deep because a lot of y'all going to call on Jesus. A lot of y'all going to call on God, but he's not going to come because you turned your back on him. A lot of y'all took direct responsibility for the same exact behavior that your forefathers embarked upon, and you had every ample chance to be different, but you weren't. It became a virus, and that virus became an illness. And then you begin to treat the children of Israel, who are God's promise, it's God's elect. God said, I will love those that love you. I will persecute those that persecute you. God says, your enemies are my enemies. Y'all have been an enemy to Israel. Y'all have made yourselves an enemy to God. Now, there's a lot of y'all out there who didn't do that. A lot of y'all didn't take part in that. And trust me, God sees everything. He sees it all. He sees it all. And trust me when I say you were very much tested. A lot of y'all are very special. You know what God was showing me about y'all? God was showing me how from every single nationality, culture, creed, all around. Like right now, we're going to see a whole bunch of people lose their farmlands, their businesses. All their wealth is just being taken from them. Just taken. You know why, y'all? Because there's getting ready to be a big transformation of wealth. And all of a sudden, y'all gonna look up and all the people that y'all mistreated, that y'all hated on, that y'all dogged, that y'all just treated like utter just snap, and y'all just blocked them from positions and contracts and opportunities. Y'all gonna look up and they just gonna be kings and queens and just have royalty all up in y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh. Y'all gonna be like, was this the homeless man on the corner in the corner I used to always kick every week when I walk past the train? And you gonna look up and that homeless man gonna be dressed like a complete king in royal garment. The same exact thing with that homeless woman. The same exact thing with that child who had less than. And y'all gonna be shocked. The same exact thing when y'all thought that girl at the front desk was stupid because she didn't drive the same cars y'all drove. She couldn't get her hair done with the same fancy wigs and fancy weaves that y'all could get. She couldn't do her nails every week. But y'all gonna look up and y'all gonna see her like, dang, what happened? But it's gonna be obvious the hand of God is upon her life. And y'all just didn't know that y'all were laughing at God's elect. That is the hour that we're in right now. God is taking away wealth from all y'all people who stole from the children of Israel, who blocked them from opportunities, who laughed at them, who mocked them, who conjured together with y'all friends. It's deep. Because I was growing up with one of my friends. She told me she grew up over in Pennsylvania on a farm, like in the area over there. And she said that since the age of 5, it was protocol, if you're blonde hair, blue eyed, to get together with the neighbor's kid in the neighborhood and everybody learn Wicca. Everybody learn witchcraft. So here it is. These are the practices that have been practiced on the tribe of Judah, the children of Israel. They've been under a spell. They've been under a craft. They've been under mind work. But this is a day where God is opening their eyes and the hand of God is upon their lives. And even those of you who are the same exact color, who are skin but not kin, y'all are also going to reap the utter destruction of the very people who are responsible, you are also going to find that utter destruction fall upon your very households as well. The things that you thought that you saved in wealth, all them guns that you thought that you got, all that money that you think that you got in the bank account that you are edifying God with, all them parties that you having at your house with all them friends that you around you now, you're going to look up, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. Because suddenly overnight your wealth going to be gone. It's going to be gone. You ain't going to have nothing. Ain't nobody going to talk to you. Ain't nobody going to know you. Nobody. All y'all who stole from God's people, all y'all who stole from the tribe of Judah, all y'all who robbed them of their lands, and you know that it was not your land. Your ancestors stole that land from them. That was theirs. But God is putting them back upon their lands. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. And you know what's deep about it? Is that y'all already been warned before. But this time, nature's involved. Nature is involved. And what's deep about it? Don't know insurance policies cover what's getting ready to happen at all. So as y'all lose all y'all instant wealth overnight, there is an instant transformation of wealth that is happening before all of our very eyes. This is very deep because this is how this is so profound for you remnant out there. And this is why God, oh, I love you, God. 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 This is how God is so powerful, y'all. Look, if God had a covenant with Mary to give birth to the Christ, then why wouldn't God have a covenant with your mother to give birth to you? So because God had a covenant with your mother to give birth to you, you see, your mother had a chance to be the chosen one, to be the remnant, to walk the path that you're walking. But she didn't. She forfeited her birthright, and it had to be passed down because somebody in the family had to do it, so it had to be passed down to you. That's why you're in the position that you're in. But then your mama got jealous. That's why you had the relationship with it that you had. But instead of your mom getting jealous and breaking that generational curse, breaking that generational negativity, that bond of negativity, and being happy for you, she was mad because she did not have the same, she didn't keep her word with God, and she knew it. So when she saw God's blessing upon your life, when she knew that it was going to be you, she started feeling some type of way about it. And instead of her repenting and going to God and saying, God, I'm sorry, give me another chance, she didn't do that. She began to take it out on you. She began to hate God for it. So as she hated God for it, she distanced herself from you, and she disconnected her feelings from you. But truth be told, she loves you. She loves you very much. You know how much it hurts a mother to know that a mother is going to lose a child? And because you are the remnant, your mother had a contract with God to know that she was going to lose you to the cause of the gospel because she knew that you were born for the sacrifice of this. So she had to disconnect herself from you. She had to make herself feel like you weren't there, because have you seen a mother having to watch her child get murdered and slayed? Do you see what it is that y'all had to go through as the remnant to be the remnant? And your mother was your greatest teacher. So don't hate her for it. Because before you came here, you knew what it is that you had to do to get the job done. And you looked down on earth and you said, that's the one that I need right there. Her. That's the one I need as my mother. If I'm going to go down there, if I'm going to do that job, if that's what you want me to do, I need her as my mother. Because having her as my mother will mold me to be the strong one that I am. It will make me be the strong that I am. It will give me the tools that I need. Yeah, it sounds brutal. It sounds brutal to the naked eye, but I'm about my Father's business. This is not about my egotistical party here.
This is about what I need to be encoded within me. This is about what I need within my warrior skills of my DNA to be molded within me, to know that I'm equipped to stand for the gospel. Nothing can stop us because we've been molded for this. So nothing harms us. Nothing hurts us. We are fearless. We truly are. We've been through so much pain. Nothing hurts us. What shall we fear? What possibly can we fear when we know that we have God Almighty behind us? No weapon that is formed against us will prosper ever. This is why we ride for the kingdom. So here it comes, this sacrifice, so this sacrificial time here of Passover. And I can't even imagine even Yeshua knowing that he was born to be sacrificed just to save y'all's lives. Just like the mom sheeps or lambs who are giving birth to their babies at this time. And knowing that it's just a trend to be a lamb to be slaughtered at this time. But then to be a mother lamb and then to look at your lamb and look at your baby and be like, yes, this may be a slaughter farm, baby, but you gonna be slaughtered for purpose. You know how many mother lambs have to look at their babies and say, you baby, you gonna be slaughtered for purpose. Somebody is going to retrieve your meat. Somebody is going to eat your meat and be able to say, this is a dedication. This is a sacrifice unto God. And this is why y'all mothers disconnected themselves from y'all. Because they knew that y'all were going to be down for the kingdom. They knew that these were the times, the called times of the remnant. They knew that it was time for y'all to stand on y'all post. They knew that ever since y'all were a little child that y'all were called for this. And y'all were told that no matter what it took, you had to be willing to walk away for everything for the sake of the gospel. To get attached to nothing in this world. And there are y'all out there who are true soldiers. True soldiers. True soldiers while everybody else is attaching themselves to the material things of this world. What people say. Who gonna be their friend. Who's the most popular. They don't even see the angels holding back the four winds. They're partying and marrying as if nothing's happening. But this is deep. Because y'all getting ready to see just fires throughout the South. But for those of y'all who are in the countryside, who are the remnants, behold the hands of God. Not just the fires, but the floods. And watch how it's going to happen all around you. But it's not going to touch you. And you're going to be tripping like, dang, it's all around me. It's literally going to be all around you in a circle of your home. But it's not going to touch you. And that's what type of God that we serve. Because so many of y'all, you have an automatic covenant with God. And this is why this Passover is very important. For us to honor those 7 days. For us to just say, God, just thank you. I was shown that a lot of the mothers were jealous of their daughters, of their sons. The fathers jealous of their sons. But I was shown more of the mothers were jealous of their daughters. They had the covenant with God. Just like the fathers also on the daughter's side had the covenant with God. And they were given warnings and they both forfeited their positions of the covenant to chase after worldly possessions. But while they were pregnant, while they were impregnating this child, they had covenants with God. But then they also, instead of them being happy for their seed, they began to grow jealous. So this is why a lot of y'all are going to see a lot of the children whose parents did not, they forfeited their birthright. They did not
give the children back to God or honor God with their children. They're going to see, like, a lot of the little children are going to be not just jealous. A lot of little children, I don't care how old they are. Like, if you see their mama do it, the child gonna do it. I don't care how little they are. They're from 5 to 9. It's gonna match. And y'all just think of the most gruesome thing you can think of. That's what it's gonna be like, because that's the world we stepped in. We literally walking through the gates of hell. But then there are those who are the remnant, who do have specific star seeds around you in your homes. Those of y'all who are the remnant, those of y'all who are chosen, you have little children in your house. The ones who are the youngest in the house are the ones who are gonna be the most abundant. And the ones, you hear me, the ones who are the youngest in the house are the ones who are going to be the most abundant. And then from there, the ones who don't have children around them, the ones who are the youngest at heart are going to be the most abundant after that. But first, it's going to start with the youngest of the children of the homes of the chosen one and the remnant. But if that's not a house of the chosen one and the remnant, then no, there's going to be poverty in that home with that child, in that family, and a lot of jealousy. But in the homes of the remnant, shoot, the parents are just happy to be like a part of it. It's like Cinderella invited the mom, you know, the stepmom to the ball and all that. Like, she ain't had to invite nobody. Like, shoot, the remnant's moms, like, especially little starseeds, we be happy to just be a part of it, to just witness it, to just cheer them on, because them little ones, oh man, what God is doing in their lives is just so powerful. It's beyond words. Behold the hand of God in their lives, and behold anyone who try to stop them or come against them or hurt them. You're in trouble with God. There are many of you out there who have purposely held back contracts from the remnant. You have blocked them from loans on purpose just because you grew hate. It's just embedded into you. And it's everything: loans, rental contracts, job opportunities. Just threw them under the bus some way, shape, or how. Y'all know who y'all are. I ain't got to explain who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. And these are not my words. These are the words of God. God said that you stored up treasures for yourself. He said your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, grief, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on earth, and have ye wanton, ye have nourished the hearts, ye have nourished your hearts, as in a day of slaughter, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. So in other words, y'all were robbing people. Y'all were causing people to, we know about slavery days, like it was obvious y'all were having people pick cotton all day and beat them in the field and traumatize them so much. Y'all traumatized them so much, y'all had black families just doing just dumb stuff. Like they would burn each other in the head with irons and big bald patches. And you know, I'm surprised anybody in my mama generation or her mama generation alive. The stuff y'all ancestors taught them, just brutal. But God is saying that you have been an enemy to Israel, so you're an enemy to me. So all those treasures y'all thought that y'all stored up, it's birthright rationing time. God says it's time to give it up. It don't belong to you. It's not yours. And for those of you who didn't give up, God's going to take it from you. So now y'all going to see utter chaos, weather chaos, just break out all over the land. So therefore they can't accuse nobody talking about they don't plan some shit. No, this is from the universe. This is from the universe. The grounds are going to open up. The earth is going to shake. The winds are going to blow. Ain't nothing you going to do to stop it. It's like literally war of the gods and the winds, y'all. Like, oh my God. Like, it's like, seriously, it's like 25,000 million gods and the wind and the sky is just warring and fighting at the same time. And y'all sitting here chilling. Y'all don't even see what's going down. Y'all have no clue at all that it is going down right now in the heavenly of heavenlies, in the grounds of grounds. This is birthright rationing times. And you think that my God that told my ancestors that we are going to cross over into the land of Israel, over into the land that God promised my forefathers that he was going to give me, and y'all think that God just going to let y'all just chill on the land that belongs to my ancestors, that belongs to my bloodline, that belongs to my birthright? We come to claim what is ours. And we have the universe behind us, like the whole universe has our back. And since y'all didn't want to give it up, the earth is going to open up, swallow all y'all houses. And then Wendy coming. We went ahead and named her Wendy. We might as well name her Wendy, because y'all call her tornado and hurricanes. No, we call her Wendy. Wendy's coming. Wendy's coming. And then we have Aqua. Aqua's coming with the water and the floods. Just call it Wate. But that's what we call it for short. Wate. Wate's coming. Wate's coming. And then let's not forget fire. And then don't forget her name is Fare. Fare. That's how you actually pronounce it. And then let's not forget Ith. 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 Like Earth the Kid. Ith. Yeah, Earth is going to open up. Because the hand of God says so. Y'all stored up wealth for yourself in these last days, but you did it off of the backs of the children of Israel. And it's a transformation of wealth. And y'all think that God's going to let y'all lay all in these houses that y'all blocked the remnant from, and purposely treated them with racism. Y'all think y'all finna be comfortable? This is about to be very interesting. This is a real good movie here. I don't even want to see no other reality show other than what this is. But you know what? This ain't even no laughing matter, because there's more that's coming. You ain't seen nothing yet. This is just the beginning, because what God was showing me is that judgment began in the house of God. The house of God in the Bible Belt is just the beginning of what's getting ready to happen in all of America. It's just the Bible Belt gonna get it first. The Bible Belt gonna pop it off. But the rest of America, ooh, the rest of America, by the time God pulls back his entire hand, America will be a third world country. Many will be in slavery. It's going to be deep, because it's going to happen suddenly. And it's very sad, because so many people are missing the mark, because so many people are on this look at me syndrome, and they're missing all the signs around them. It's like you're standing there and you're screaming, bulldozer behind your head, turn around. And they're steady talking on their phones, filming for Instagram, and this big ass bulldozer is about to hit their ass right in the back of the head. Ain't nothing you can do. You try to scream and you try to warn them, but all you can do is just watch and at the end go, ooh, ouch. Because that's what's happening right now. For God so loved the world, for his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but shall have everlasting life. That doesn't sound like a bad offer, y'all. God really does love us. I don't know what could possibly be more important. And the sad part about it is that so many people are going to miss it. I just hope that it's not you. Nubian Divine.
Ooh.
I want y'all to watch one more thing. China's gonna step in very shortly here. I can't believe I almost forgot the most important part. America is going into WAR. And you never know what can happen, y'all, at any moment, any second. So I feel like just shoot, look at the people who had to jump in their cars in California for the fires. Look at the people who had to jump in their cars from the tornadoes. Look at the people who got blocked, they couldn't move because of the ice. You never know what's getting ready to happen at any second. So I feel like there is a warning that I am to release to remind y'all of just be ready. Like, even if you have just a backpack, you never know. If nothing happens, good. But if it does, be ready to break. Be ready to break. And also, China is going to step in to help their people who are here screaming SOS inside of the States. Don't think they finna leave their people in here while y'all doing all that extra hate crime. And that's what's deep about it, because it's an inside job that's provoking the WAR to come along faster. But if you have eyes to see, you can see the whole okie doke of the okie smoke playing out in front of your very eyes. But y'all's job is to just be ready at any moment. Make sure your children is ready. Make sure you ready. Mind, body, spirit, and soul. And if you got God in your heart, ain't nothing to fear. Look, when you got God in your heart, fear fears you. How about that? I love y'all. Be well. Nubian Divine. DNA coded as a remnant.
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep South and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here, and God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Listen to me. Listen to me. The Jews in the Holocaust, even to this day, people still hate the Jews. They desecrate the graves. They spray paint the grave markers. They hate the Jews. They hate the nation of Israel. And they hate Israel. They hate the prime minister. They hate Jerusalem. You better watch out. God said, if you love Israel and bless Israel, I'll bless you. If you curse Israel, I'll curse you. So if you're one of those people that's a Jew hater, you better think pretty quick which side of the fence you're on. You better start blessing them and stop hating them. You better start blessing the black people and start hating the black people.